Hello and welcome to my channel, I Win to Lose Gaming. Today, we're going to be taking a look at multiple different builds for Aventurine and how they perform. So in this video, I'm going to be going through 3 different builds for Aventurine. Starting with the AventurFREE build, where it is a very free-to-play friendly setup for Aventurine. Almost forgot to mention, but this video was made on the creator experience server, name pending, and as such, the content of this video may not be finalized and there might be changes on release. After that, I'm going to showcase to you guys the AventurZOOM build, where he will be utilized to support the very popular new character Acheron, to see just how good of a support character he can be for her. And last but not least, the third build I'll be showcasing you guys is the AventurPAIN build, where we build him to be a main DPS character. It's going to be a lot of fun to see how he performs over all 3 of these builds. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So up first, we have AventurFREE build, which is a very free-to-play friendly team and setup for Aventurine. And we're going to be starting off with him with the super free-to-play friendly light cone, the Destiny's Threads for Woven. And for his relics, he's using the 4-piece Knight of Purity Palace to provide a bit more tanking prowess, as well as defense orb and defense rope. Of course, he is at Eidolon 0 with the broken keel. And what's nice about using Aventurine is that he enables the broken keel on all your supports. So we have all 3 supports running broken keel now. Now for the main DPS character, we have literally the most free-to-play friendly 5-star DPS character in the game, which is Dr. Ratio. Genshin could never. And he, of course, is using the Cruising in the Stellar Sea at Superimposition 5. And he's using the 4-piece Pioneers along with the 2-piece Inert Sosoto with Eidolon 0, of course. And then we have Tingyuan. And do let me know what you feel like these builds are reasonable for this team. I personally think it's okay, but, you know, some people say that, you know, 160 plus speed supports just aren't realistic. But a character like Tingyuan has 112 base speed, so it really doesn't take all that much, especially with the 4-piece messengers. We can see here that we do have 3 speed substat rolls on this piece, but we don't even have any speed on this. We just have speed boots here, and we have 2 and 1 speed substat rolls on her rope and ball. So personally, I don't know how much speed your Tingyuans are running, but I think 162 speed seems like a reasonable amount. Now Pella is at 161 speed, and she's using the Resolution Shines Pearl Sweat. Tingyuan's using the Dance Dance Dance. And for Pella, we have here, I swapped out 1 piece of the messenger so that way she wouldn't be using the 4-piece messenger. I saw people were upset over the fact that I was using 4-piece messenger on Pella because that gives her an advantage. No, it does not. And on this account, you know, it's just, I've just got a ton of messenger pieces. So I decided to swap 1 off just for the sake of demonstrating this. And we can see that some of these pieces have, you know, this one does have 3 speed substat rolls total. And that, yeah, it is what it is. Again, let me know down in the comments below if you feel like these builds are reasonable. I do want to try my best to, you know, give you guys an idea of what these characters can do at different levels of investment, and in this case starting with a free-to-play level of investment. Alright, here we go against our favorite punching bag, which is Yanqing in this current Memory of Chaos 12. We're going to open up immediately with the Dance 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 and do the usual 1-turn ultimate Pella opener here in order to apply at least 3 debuffs to the enemy, so that way Dr. Ratio can get the most out of his kit. And now, hopefully, Dr. Ratio will crit a couple of times. Now, one really nice thing about this team is that Aventurine doesn't really have to worry about doing anything besides spamming his basic attack. Because the fact is that he can be a super skill point positive character with the setup. Because you rarely have to recast his shield. Look at that. That giant hit from the Void Ranger arrow just barely took away the shields off of Pella there. So that is a huge, huge advantage for Aventurine. Now, I wasn't really paying attention. I probably had... Did I have his burst prior to that? If I did, that was a bit of a waste because now I'm using it. Right. But, oh well. It is what it is. Not the biggest deal. And we're going to go for this. And it looks like we're going to have to use our burst on the Void Trampler in order to finish it off. And hopefully we don't kill it here. I don't think we will. So 60,000. So this should be good. We should be able to have it barely survive, which is perfect. And now we're going to just make sure we don't kill it on accident there. And use Dr. Ratio here to finish it off. In order to get a free arrow to the knee to Yanqing, or I guess a giant pencil to his face. I think it didn't crit though, which is kind of unfortunate. Anyway, well, yes, I am yapping a lot, but you guys signed up for this when you clicked on this video because, you know, you're here to listen to me yap as I talk about why Aventurine is good and useful. But anyway, obviously, Dr. Ratio's follow-up attacks also are very, very nice for this team. And we're going to go ahead and go for the kill on the Trotter. So that way he spreads all the different statuses on all the different swords. And we can also bust a couple of them. And this way, we will just be able to... Oh, man. Yes, Dr. Ratio got his ultimate up early. That is huge, huge for us. Because now we can use his ultimate. And then we can Ting Yuan him up. Which is absolutely phenomenal. And we have Pella, Dr. Ratio. Ting Yuan will be using her basics, so I'm just going to use Pella's skill here just to guarantee. I always forget how much energy Pella gets, and I think... Are we missing those crits? I'm not sure, but either way, we'll still do some pretty good damage here. And we should be able to get another Dr. Ratio up, ultimate up soon enough. So let's go ahead and try to finish off one of these swords though. Okay, I think it barely survived there. So we're also going to go ahead and use his ultimate here. Now this sword will die in the next round, but this sword's going to take a long time to die. So let's go ahead, clean up this sword with Ting Yuan. And here we go. Thanks to him taking plenty of hits for the team, we have pretty high usage rates of his follow-up attack. Anyway, sorry, I'm trying to figure out, how to end this sooner. And I think we're actually going to pull off a 2-turn clear here, which is quite good for a fully free-to-play team, if I do say so myself. Look at that. Look at him go. Damn. There we go. With a little bit of luck, a fully free-to-play team, we 2-cycled that. So that is an extremely comfortable clear. Personally, I'm really impressed by this team's performance. I mean, yeah, Aventurine is an incredible teammate in addition to Dr. Ratio, both doing a non-negligible amount of damage himself, as well as being very skill point positive because he can just spam his basic attacks as we saw. And yeah, let's move on to the next showcase. So the next showcase I have for you guys is the AventurZOOM build. Now, why is it called this is because it is a very fast Aventurine build with a support set, in particular with his signature Lycone, or even the Trend of the Universal Market will work for this purpose as well when it comes to supporting Acheron. But I wanted to go for a 0 cycle here just to kind of show you guys what is up and what is a potential setup you guys can have to pull something like this off. Now, Acheron is using her super imposition 1 light cone, and she has the 4-piece pioneers as well as the 2-piece Izumos. And Pella, of course, is the very speedy Pella with the 4-piece messenger traversing hacker space set as well as the 2-piece Von Wag. So this super speedy Pella allows for 3 turns on turn number 1 for the first rotation, which can be helpful in some situations. I don't remember if it's actually useful here, but it probably is, hence why I have that set up. So here we go. Let's see if we can pull off the 0 cycle. And obviously right off the bat, we're going to open up with a turn 1 Pella ultimate. You guys have seen this many times by now, hopefully. And this way we can just have, you know, the stuff do a little bit more damage. And we're going to open up with Black Swan's skill for the defense shred, then Acheron's ultimate, and a nice 400k nuke, as well as a very decent amount of damage against these enemies here. You love to see it. Now, unfortunately, they attacked Acheron, who does not benefit from being attacked at all. And let's see if we're able to finish off the Void Trampler. Hopefully we are. And, oh my goodness. We're so close. Come on, Pella. Yes. Oh my goodness. Pella's a tiny little ultimate there. And managed to come in clutch. Now, we are 1 skill point short, but hopefully it doesn't matter that much. Now, what are the benefits of having such a speedy Aventurine? Well, as you can see, it is not even his turn yet. And we're going to go for this. Then, now we can apply his ultimate before Yanqing's turn even. As well as to apply that. Now, I think I'll be able to get Acheron's ultimate in time. Even if I waste one of these petals. So let's just go ahead and get her ultimate up anyway. So we wasted a petal generation there, but it's really not a big deal. Yanqing's already at 39% of his health. And this is the power of Aventurine plus his super imposition 1 light cone. That is where the power is, because that increases the vulnerability multiplier, which currently there's not really that many ways for Acheron teams to actually increase. I believe Guanai Fin is perhaps the best way to increase vulnerability multiplier, but you know, while Guanai Fin is certainly usable with Acheron, I would not describe her to be one of the best, you know, teammates for her, but we can see this should be a pretty easy 0 cycle right here. Just like that, absolutely effortless 0 cycle when you slap on a super imposition 1 Aventurine to support your Acheron, because oh my goodness, we should have been able to honestly easily do that with the Good Night Sleep Well as well. So up next we have the AventurPAIN build. And this is a main DPS Aventurine. As you can see, we are jacking up his offensive stats as much as possible, and he has a very slow speed build because we're going to be using Sparkle to boost him up and to advance him forward. Now, I do have all of these characters using their super imposition 1 light cones, so do keep that in mind. Honestly, I wouldn't try to make Aventurine a main DPS character unless you have his signature light cone, which is right here. For his relics, of course, he has a very DPS focused build with the 4-piece Pioneers as well as the 2-piece Inert Sosoto. And unfortunately, slash fortunately, I guess, Topaz happens to be his next best buffer. So in this case, I'm going to try to use Topaz as the sub DPS character for main DPS Aventurine here. You guys will have to let me know what you think about this setup, whether or not you feel like it's fair to kind of consider Aventurine the main DPS. I personally think it is, since we are buffing him with Sparkle and not focusing on buffing Topaz with Sparkle. Alright, here we go. Main DPS Aventurine. I hope you guys are ready for it. Let's see how much damage he can do. Start off by doing a little bit of damage to this thing. We definitely want to take that dude out faster if possible, because otherwise he's going to start healing, and that's just really bad news for us. But I don't actually think we're capable of taking him out in time. Well, regardless, it obviously doesn't hurt to try. So, we're going to use Sparkle's skill, then Sparkle's ultimate in order to provide him the damage buff. Let's see how much his basic attack does. And then his ultimate. 41,000 damage. Okay. What about his ultimate? Let's see. 123,979 damage. And an 83,000 damage ultimate. Honestly, pretty respectable. Oh, we actually took it out in time, which is pretty funny, if you ask me. So, I know we're kind of wasting the Numby attack here, but that's okay. Oh, we actually took it out. Nice. With just her basic attack. I wasn't expecting that. But you can't complain. Okay, so the real question is, are we able to take out this Void Trampler in time? Let's see. He has 54 out of 100. And his basic attack should kill it. Yeah, it did. Okay. So let's go ahead and just battery her up a little bit. We're going to use her skill. Let's get a little bit more energy. And how much energy does he have now? 84. So we have to use a skill to get his ultimate. And we're going to have to hope that his ultimate can take out the Void Trampler. Alright guys, here goes nothing. Can we take it out in time? Yes! 92,000 damage. And this really goes to show, like, you can honestly make most characters a main DPS character if you really want to. Right? Like, you know, it's kind of like that meme in Genshin Impact where, is it like Mona, Kazuha, Bennett doing the damage? Or is it actually the character? So anyway, let's hope Ron May gets hit so we can get her ultimate up a bit faster. There we go. Beautiful. We did manage to get her ultimate up. So I'm wondering how many cycles this is going to take. This is pretty funny in all honesty. So Aventurine will get his ultimate up soon. So I'm not going to go for the kills on the swords. I'm going to go for more damage on Yanqing first. Especially since we have Aventurine's ultimate coming up next. And can't complain about a follow-up attack like that. There we go. So now we can get away with his basic attack for sure. And we can actually even kill this sword real quick with his basic attack. And use his ultimate on Yanqing to do some nice damage. Let's see. 115,000 damage. Not bad. 92,000 from... Now, I actually do think that Topaz is doing a good amount of the damage here. There's no denying that. But really, there's not really a better support than Topaz. Because Aventurine scales off of defense, all the other Harmony supports and stuff don't scale well with him. So, yeah, I know that, like, Topaz is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and there's absolutely no denying that. But let's see. I think that sword will die to the dot. So, we can let Aventurine... I think I'm going to go for his skill here. So that way we have his ultimate guaranteed without relying on getting hit and stuff. Oh, I thought the dot was going to kill the sword. That's not great. That's not great. But we should be able to get the kill with that at least. And unfortunately... Okay, so we are in a pretty awkward situation. I think, despite everything... his ultimate should be able to take out Yanqing in time. Right? Will his ultimate take him out? Let's hope so. Come on. Oh, 2%. Yes, follow-up attack. Follow-up. We did it. Oh my god, I think the last hit was like 69 too. So main DPS Aventurine, although of course with Topaz as the sub DPS. Let me know what you guys think about that, whether Aventurine actually did most of the damage / was the main DPS. Personally, I think he was, but Topaz definitely did a lot of work there as well. Alright, so that wraps up this Aventurine showcase video. We had 3 fun builds: the Adventure free-to-play friendly build, AventurZOOM, and AvemturPAIN build. Now I believe each of these have different levels of investment required to achieve each build, so hopefully this gave you guys another perspective as to what Aventurine can accomplish. Personally, I think he's a lot of fun. He's a great character, and as we can see, he can fit in many roles with many different builds in many different teams. Obviously, I did not even scratch the surface of all the viable teams there are for him, because as a sustained character, he's got a ton of options. But at the very least, hopefully you guys gain a little bit more insight as well as had some fun watching this video. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Decide when to lose, signing out.